We're back, and we're going to be jumping in now and looking at Donatello. So, we looked in the last video at Raphael in isolation, which means with no other turtles, which is what we're going to do with Donatello as well, okay? Then we're going to look at how they do as a group, because I think it's important to do that, simply because not everyone's going to have had the units, okay? So let's go in and look at Donnie, our boy Donnie, right? So my Donnie's not as built as Raphael. We'll look at his passive first of all. Donatello. Each time a friendly fighter is healed, Donatello gains 1 turtle reason. Stacks up to 20 times. Trigger interval 0.5 seconds. When deployed in the starting team, increases the recovery rate and crit resistance of friendly Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles by 15% until the end of battle. When healing a friendly fighter, there is a 10% chance they will gain a tech shield. If the target is another turtle, there is a 10% chance they will gain an additional tech shield. When healing a friendly fighter, their attack is increased by 12% for 18 seconds. When healing a friendly fighter, there's a 15% chance they will gain a tech shield, and it's an additional 15% chance if they are a turtle. So that's 2 tech shields, right? I've already seen what tech shields do, and to be honest, they're quite busted, right? So, leap up and slam into the ground and strike enemies in an area, dealing damage equal to 411% of attack, and granting all friendly fighters 1 stack of tech shield. When Turtle's Reason reaches 10 or more stacks, an additional stack of tech shield is granted to all friendly fighters. Increases damage to 473%, gain an additional stack of tech shield. Tech shield. Each stack can completely block a single attack for 10 seconds and stacks up to 5 times. Now, that is a bit nuts. Let me explain why that's a bit nuts, right? Base Able, he is one of the best tanking shielding units in the game because his shields that he provides to units don't have a damage threshold. They don't have like gain a shield 10% of a unit's defense or 20% of a unit's HP or whatever. His shields are block and attack, right? The fact that you can get up to 5 stacks of that, and this means when you're bossing, right? Because when you're bossing, you wait till you can combo a lot, right? You're going to get those stacks. And you are going to, essentially, as long as you keep your combo rotation under 10 seconds, you're just going to have those stacks. Which, in theory, means that on a Donatello team, you shouldn't need anything like a Virgil EX or a Pizza EX. You shouldn't need it. It just should not be a requirement, because if you are attacking at the right time, you're going to have these shields. You are going to be able to tank 5 hits. I just don't see how you're going to die against a boss. We will need to see this in action, but I think he might, for this reason, he might be the best turtle. Because that is quite a broken mechanic if it works how I think it's going to work. And if it works in the same way as Abel's shield does, which it should do based on its description, and you can take 5 hits, then I don't see how anyone can argue that he isn't the best turtle. Because that mechanic is going to enable so many other units to go on longer in battles and do more. I think, as long as he does perform in action, as it says on paper, I think he is going to be the best turtle. But we'll see, right? Use a homemade magical invention to restore HP of all friendly fighters 3 times, each time healing by 72% of Donatello's attack. When Turtle Reason reaches 10 or more stacks, the crit damage of all friendly fighters is increased by 30% for 10 seconds. That's huge. That is huge, right? The first time HP is recovered grants all friendly fighters 1 tech shield, right? Now, there's something else to note here. With this, where is it? When healing a friendly fighter, there's a 10% chance they will gain 1 tech shield. Wah. Where is it? There was... Oh, that was it there. Right, aye. That one... It looks like he's probably going to be a C1 unit. I mean, especially with that crit damage. I mean, where was it again? Where did we just see that? That was his passive. Is in here. Is it crit damage? There you go, crit damage, 30%, yeah. C1. It does look like he's going to probably be a C1 unit. I'm trying to figure out here if you're going to get stacks as quickly. That's the only thing I'm trying to say, right? Anyway, his C2. Wave staff to form a whirlwind, striking enemies in an area 8 times and dealing damage equal to 3, 5, 6 of attack. Then slamming enemy targets in a small area and dealing damage equal to 133% of attack. 1 tech shield is also granted to all friendly fighters. When Turtle Reason reaches 10 or more stacks, crit rate increases by 25% when this skill is in effect. So that should be to all fighters. It doesn't say that there though. When Turtle Reason reaches 10 or more stacks, crit rate increases by 25% when this skill is in effect. Is that to just him or is that to all units? I'm not sure because the word in there isn't that clear. Right, let's look at his equipment, right? Because maybe this is going to give you tech shields more easily. So when he's in assist, heals a friendly fighter, grants him 1 Turtle Reason, stacks up to 10 times. Goes up to 15 times for a turtle. When Raphael assists this fighter, gain the trigger skill Phantom Blast. Automatically unleash this skill after unleashing combo 1. Scientific support. Together with Raphael, wave a staff to form a whirlwind, striking enemies in an area 8 times and dealing damage equal to 428% of attack. Then slam the enemy targets in a small area and dealing damage equal to 214% of attack. 1 tech shield is also granted to all friendly fighters. Crit rate increases by 35% when this skill is in effect. So it's basically C2. When Donatello is present on the field, if any friendly fighter has less than 50% HP, all teammates are granted a tech shield. Wait, what? Oh, but it can only be triggered once, right? That's fine. Before being a cat. If Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are granted and are present, they get an additional tech shield. So again, the whole Turtles team is just going to be completely busted, right? Opponent on the battle gain 4 Turtles Reason. When Donatello is present on the field, before any friendly fighters receive a fatal hit, all teammates are granted a damage immunity effect for 2 seconds. Jesus Christ. He has got Virgil built into him. And recover HP equal to 212% of attack. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fighters are granted damage immunity effect for 4 seconds and recover HP equal to 366% of Donatello's attack. He is a walking, talking Virgil. He is. He's a walking, talking Virgil. That is what he is. I fail to see how this unit cannot be the best turtle. I'm surprised at that. But again, not really. Support. I've said before, if you look back at videos, support is the most important aspect in this game. And he is a busted support unit. Let's look at his garage, right? With cards. When Donatello heals tanks or balance fighters, the healing rate increases by 25% and he gains 1 Turtle Reason. When unleashing combo 2 and trigger skill, crit damage increases by 300... What? Crit damage increases by 300% of healing rate. Oh, what the hell's the healing rate though? What's his healing rate? Does it say that in his stats? Healing rate, healing rate, healing rate. Is that in here? Healing rate. 0%. It's not going to be 0% though. It would be different from that, right? Because I'm pretty sure you get healing rate when you add his cars and stuff like that anyway. And probably with gear. Yeah, he's got healing rate, don't worry about that. I mean, that's... If that goes to everyone, that's the only thing I'm not clear about. Is it just to him? Or is it to all units? I think it's just to him. But it doesn't actually say. Either way, to me, I was actually, before I read his kit, I was like, why did I pull more Donatellos than I did Raphael's? Now I'm like, well, Donatello looks like the boy you want to have. So let's just steal some gear here. Let's just gear this boy up. And then we will go and see how he does. So was he scaling on healing rate? I don't have all his cars though, but do you know what? We'll fire this onto him just now anyway. I think that gives you healing rate, does it not? Doesn't really matter anyway. Right, so that's fine, we've got him there. Let's go and take a look at him in isolation, the same way that we did with Raphael. And I think I'll just I'll go straight to Akuma. I'll go straight to Akuma. Okay, so I'm not going to do it automatically. I'm going to do it manually. I'm going to try first on him doing the C1 because I think that's where it's going to be. I think that's where the answer is going to lie for what's his best rotation. But I mean, his super is really good. That's the thing. His super is really, really good. But what would you be using if you were using a full Turtles team? I feel like the combo for a full Turtles team, well, at least I did until I tested out Raphael. Now I'm not sure. I thought it would probably be Raphael into him, into Michelangelo, into Leonardo. Now I'm not so sure. But I still think his C1 is probably going to be what we're going to want to use, right? So once I've got enough stacks here, I'm just going to go for it. Because if we do not die the way that it looks like we won't die, then we should be good to go. So let's do this now. So let's see what we can come up with here. Why have I got another combo on the go? That was weird. Don't know what happened there. Did you guys see that? Why did I have more than one combo on the go? Very strange. Very strange indeed. Right, so we died. We died. That was the first thing I didn't expect to see. So is that because we didn't build up enough stacks of his kit? Let me just double check. Now, obviously, this one here, I don't have, right? I don't have. But we should be building up stacks of his shield. And his shield should be tanking hits. Now, I guess the only problem with Akuma is when he hits you with his instant hellish death strike, or whatever the actual technical name for it is, he doesn't just hit you one time. So, like, if he hits you and that's like 7 or 8 hits, that would just eat all the shield anyway, because it's like hit, 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 right? That would hit all of them, okay? The 2-second damage immunity thing, if I had him at Fighting Spirit 30, that would prevent that from happening, right? But the 5 hits from a shield thing, that wouldn't come into effect, basically, because he hits you more times, right? So I'll try it slightly differently. We'll try and use his super. We'll use his super, his C2, and we'll use Vega's C3. So let's go on here. So we're going to build it up. So he does have a shield there, right? So we're going to use his super into that, into this. Hit that with that C3. They should all have a shield right now. I think they've all got a shield. I can't actually see the screen to tell. I think they've got a shield. So they should, in theory, be shielded. Kind of safe. You see all those hits there? That's not like one hit. That's multiple hits. I don't know what I did there. I used the wrong attack. I'll probably die now because I've done that. So we're surviving quite a lot, which is good. Which is the whole idea of this here. Again, I'm not trying to like push numbers at the moment. I'm just literally trying to see the fact, yeah, his shield is definitely keeping people alive, which is what you want. See, Ryu's still got his shield there, which is good. Okay, he did die that time, but that was the instant hellish death strike. It does multiple hits. So, yeah, I mean, especially at Fighting Spirit 30, when you're going to have that 2-second damage immunity, which is literally Virgil. 4 if you're a turtle. That is hands down Virgil. It means the Turtles team is just completely self-sufficient. And the fact that essentially most of your things are doubled on a Turtles team. Like, if we look again here at the kits of any turtle, right, just no matter what one it is, we'll just look at Leonardo, right? If you look at their passives and stuff, whatever they do, like, there you go, you get an extra thing for the turtles. Oh, wait, we find one. I used the wrong one. We'll use Mikey, skill, They got increased damage reduction of friendly Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Okay, so something special for the Turtles. Is it this one as well? Or is it the passive? Again, like dodge of all other Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So it's like everything they do is almost twofold when they're in a full Turtle setup. So quite clearly, I'm going to need to, I've got something to do right now, but I need to follow this video up by doing the full Turtles theme. So I'm going to do it, right? So this is the end of Michelangelo. I'll be back in a minute and we'll have a look at the full Turtles, right?